Hey everyone, I'm Nick and welcome to the channel. This is my 2005 Yukon XL, and you might remember it from when I replaced the rear brake lines when one of them blew out. Well, today we're here because another brake line blew out, and it's the last longer pair between the master cylinder and the ABS pump. So let me show you what happened and how we're going to fix it. All right, so you see those two brown brake lines? Those are the last two that weren't replaced on the bottom side. And they connect to the ABS pump right here. You can see they're the bottom ones too, which is nice because they're the ones that are easiest to get to. Now these run from here over onto this side, across into that holder, which I think is where it rusted and held water, and up along the frame into the engine bay. So they come on top of the frame rail right here, into that gray holder right there. Then up, then those two right there, and they connect under this piece right here. See them clip together right there. And they screw into the bottom of this thing. There's actually another pair of lines right here. They go from here to here. We have them on hand, and if we have enough time, we'll do them as well. So these are the replacement lines. These two go into the ABS block, and these two go into the manifold up top. They'll just screw in. These are coated, which is nice. And I think I'm just gonna do both at once so we can just feed them in at the same time instead of having to work around the other line. So, and it's a little bit hard to see which one failed, so since we have decent access on that end, we'll undo both, undo the top, pull them through, pull these through, and then reattach them. Now we have to bleed all the brakes. Now, I am really small, so they can actually kind of squeeze in there and reach the ABS block. The other option is to put it on ramps or, bring it to a lift. But since there are no brakes right now, I'm gonna try to do it in place. But otherwise, I think if you can't fit, get some chocks, put your ramps on the front, drive it up with some help, and chock it again, and then work, you'll have a little more room. Should be 9/16. The line wrench here. Oh, yep. And we're going to loosen. Yeah, this is just pouring out now. I need more paper towels.
Okay, sorry.
Next, we'll undo the lines up top, and since they're in this floating block, we needed to hold it to break the threads loose.
Now the lines are clipped in, back in there, but I'm having a real hard time reaching that clip. So I'm gonna see if I can cut the line somewhere in half so I can remove this half here and the front half and then put in the new lines. So let's try that. Because right here, we're free, and on the front, we're free too. Yeah, go ahead. There's nothing on the end, so you can just, if you're able to, you can just. All right. Ended up cutting it by the ABS block. Well, I tried to cut it, and then as I was working on it, it actually broke, which was perfect. And we just pulled that from the front and pulled it out.
Now we can remove the other line.
Okay, you should be able to pull it. It's probably gonna bind unless I cut it, but let's give it a try. Is it stuck?
It's bending a little bit, but...
Oh wait, let's see. All right, try. Wait. All right, now it's gonna bind because of the angle on the thing. Okay, you could try, but it's gonna probably get stuck.
I ended up cutting this one too because I just couldn't work it out.
Okay, you can pull it now. So the way the lines are made, one of them is going to go to the rear part, one to the front, the one that goes to the rear ends up towards the inside on the ABS block, and the one that goes towards the front, towards the outside.
First, I tried to feed the lines up from the bottom, but because they have to go over the frame, that didn't work out. We ended up feeding them from the top down along the frame.
There we go. There we go.
Wait, not too far.
I can jiggle, but
What I'm trying to do is to get it past all these other lines into the area it needs to be. All right, now we do the other one.
okay.
Because it's basically in the right spot and I can put it where it needs to go. But I
Perfect.
think that was, I don't
Let me get the other one.
Okay, okay. Will you have to rotate your thing or no?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, which direction?
I can't do it right now,
Okay.
but I'm gonna have to rotate it to the passenger side of the vehicle.
All right, perfect, because that's what I'm gonna need to.
Ah, perfect.
So,
All right, so tell me what to do or when.
you could push a bit, but soon it's gonna bind, so you're gonna have to try to rotate it.
I can rotate it right now.
Okay,
Rotated.
perfect. I slide back. All right, stop.
Okay.
Pull it back towards you a bit.
I can do that.
There we go, there we go. That's all I needed. Well, the challenge is getting the lines aligned, so the threads will actually thread in, but it's pretty tough. You had some trouble at the bottom. You have to like try to reshape the lines, kind of bend them into the right place. Oh, fuck. Okay.
I eventually got both lines to thread in after struggling for a while.
All right, now it's time to tighten these up. It's a little hard to get an angle on here because I am just on the ground, but we're gonna work our way up. I'm using a 15 millimeter to get started, and then I'll use the 9/16 line wrench to tighten it up. Oh, no. It's hard enough to get this in. I don't want to loosen it. Snug it up. So that was a lot of work, and it was made a little bit harder because I was on the ground, but the new lines are in and tightened up. Next step is going to be to bleed the brakes. So we're going to have to bring a lot more fluid because we put in basically a whole bottle in, and it's still not full. So it's going to involve a little bit more laying on the ground, but we're going to come back and do that tomorrow. All right, we're back, and it turns out the lines up here weren't quite tight enough, so I'm going to tighten those up. It did drip over the last couple of days, and then we should be good to go. So I'm using crow's foot. That should help give some good leverage, and then we'll keep going. We'll bleed the brakes after that. See a leak there, unfortunately. Okay. All right, since the brake master cylinder is here, we're going to start with the furthest wheel and start by bleeding the rear right corner. Then we'll do the rear left, and then the front right, and then the front left. So we've rolled it down. Using the parking brake to stop it on the ramps. Gonna chock both front wheels, and then I'll get under there and start bleeding the rear brakes. So for this part, I have a little catch pan, got a bottle with a piece of hose, some wrenches for the bleeder screw, gloves and towels, and I'm gonna get a moving blanket so I can roll around. Could also use a creeper, and then I have a helper that's gonna press the brake. I'm also gonna do the ABS bleed.
Okay.
All right, and now we do regular bleed?
Yep.
Cool. Okay, break that free. Get our hose on. I usually like to hook this on, and that way I can have the hose go through it and tighten and loosen as we go. All right, go ahead. All right, are you pushing? Okay, go ahead. Oh, there we go. There's finally some fluid. All right, you can release and pump it again. And the problem is the hose isn't sealing super well, so I can't really see if there's bubbles because I think it's just seeping around it. All right, now it's down to the front. I don't know when it cut out from the heat on the back, but everything looks good on the rear. As for the front, the bleed screws right there. And same on the other side. So you can put a hose on it or just let it drip out.
At this point, I thought the rear lines were okay, but after bleeding the front brakes, there was still air in the system, so we needed to try a different approach.
So we moved the truck, I've chalked the front wheel. I'm gonna lift it up and try bleeding it with the wheel off and the truck level, because we were on a driveway, which might have made things a little harder. So let's try that. Ow. It was dirty. All right, cycle it. Again, there's no bubbles so far. All right, got some new tools to help speed this along a bit. There's plenty of air in this line, even though it looked good earlier. So let's see.
I got a power bleeder to speed things up, and combining that with the automatic ABS bleed helped a lot. You'll see this power bleeder in action again very soon.
Oh yeah, if you want, go ahead. Yeah, that's helping. Okay, good. All right, let's check the level. It's still good. Okay, cycle it again. Yeah, there's no more bubbles now when we do that. Yeah, so pump it and see. It feels normal now? No?
No, not normal, but it's getting.
Okay. It seems like the rear lines were worse. Yeah, no bubbles. All right, let's call this one good for now. Okay, I'll try the other side again. All right, now that we've gone through all four corners with a combination of vacuum bleed and manual bleed, let's put this wheel back on and see if we did it. So now we're gonna go to 140 foot-pounds on my new favorite torque wrench, which is a courtesy of Quantum Tools. Love the flex head on this. There we go. Let's see it. Brakes?
Yeah. For some reason, it still says.
It still says service brake system. That's funny.
After a quick test drive, everything feels good, and we can get this truck back on the road.
Brakes are good.
All right, 2 more brake lines replaced. Brakes are bled. It did require getting a few new tools, but we're good to go. Except there are brake warning lights on the dash now. It looks like it's just a sensor, most likely the one in the reservoir. So we're gonna have to replace that, but it shouldn't be nearly as involved as what we just did. If you wanna see how we fix that, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and to hype it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.